Hey everybody, and welcome to our waxing moon chat. So the waxing moon is the time of the lunar phase. It's the second portion to our lunar cycle, and it's the time where the moon is just starting to come around the earth so that the sun is shining on the one side of it. So when you look up into the sky at night, you're going to see what we know as a half moon. If we go back to our new moon and think about what we used that lunar energy for, creating our intention and then planting the seeds of those intention. And it was kind of like a winter seasonal feeling where we grounded down and went inward, and kind of hibernated a little bit. We come into this waxing phase, which is, it can be really likened to springtime. So if you think of how you act in spring, you're feeling a little bit more excited for life. You want to get out into that garden and start digging around. You want to start pulling out weeds. And that is pretty much what the waxing moon phase is all about. It's about clearing out all of that negative energy, all of those negative thoughts and habits that we have as we make room for more abundance in our life, more room for those seeds that we planted to grow, and also more room for love and acceptance as well. This is a time where you're probably, like I said, feeling a little bit more energy starting to come back into your body. For your practices, you're able to amp up a little bit more and do more of a yang style class. When you look at how you're sustaining yourself during this lunar phase, a lot of fresh vegetables are in order here. So really nourishing yourself with what the ground gives you and adding springness to it, if that makes sense. I feel like by adding a lot of herbs and seasonings and spices, it gets us really excited for what's coming ahead. And that is all about our intentions manifesting, right? So when I do my lunar rituals, I am a huge incorporator of crystals, as most of you know. So when I practice the waxing moon ritual that I have, I use rhodonite. And I feel like I need to defend my choice a little bit here because rhodonite is very much a heart chakra, or like a love stone. It's very much about anything concerning the heart. And when you think of the waxing lunar phase, usually it's solar plexus chakra. So it's all about like the fire that grows within you, and perhaps some citrine should be in there to help to ignite that fire. But you already have a lot of fire within you. If you are living by your lunar phases, you know that you're getting ramped up. I know I'm starting to work on my projects again, and I'm starting to put them in motion. So I chose rhodonite because working through my shadows and doing shadow work, or acknowledging the things within me that I don't like to look at and that I know I need to clear away, it's freaking hard. And you really have to dig deep and give yourself a lot of love when you come across them in order to release them out into the universe. So rhodonite really helps to bring in that sense of security and self-love that you need when you're looking at those parts of you that you don't want to see. When I say shadow work, I use this lunar phase to look at how I myself react to others. And by that, I mean probably the three main reactions. So jealousy and comparison and judgment. So when I notice myself reacting to someone, or even really to myself with judgment or comparison, I really try to figure out why. Why am I doing that? And it's really tough. And there is a lot of times, there's a lot of examples that you could probably come up with that you have practiced these 3 shadow traits. There's a lot of times that I will see people on Instagram in these amazing yoga poses in their bikinis with their perfect bodies and be like a little bit jealous, compare my body and my yoga practice to theirs. And why? That's not the path that I'm hoping to follow down, and it is their path. So why am I feeling such judgment towards them, such comparison, and why am I feeling so jealous? So trying to dig down and get to the bottom of our emotions, get to the bottom of why that is triggering us, is the way that we can then acknowledge it and clear it and make more space for abundance in our life. So that about sums up the waxing moon. When it comes to my rhodonite, I always take it and place it to the right of that letter that I wrote out to the universe during our new moon phase. And I find that the crystal quartz, of course, being an amplifier, helps to amplify that self-love that I have, and it helps to give me the courage to look further and dig deeper. I really could go on a lot longer about shadow work. This is actually my favorite lunar phase to be in. It's all about growth, acknowledging yourself, and changing the reactions that you have to situations. You get to learn more about you, and it also is a time that I get really fired up about projects. So I could live in this phase. Realistically, I could not live in this phase. And before jumping into the lunar cycles and really aligning myself with them, I did live in this phase. This is solar plexus on fire all the time. Ideas, go, 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 go. This is the time where I allow myself to do that, but also remember that this is when it's okay, that it is a controlled time. I'm not going to allow myself to get too overworked. And I'm definitely going to do a lot of introspective thoughts and a lot of work on myself. So that about sums up the waxing moon. If you have any questions or comments, please just leave them down below. I'm so loving all of these private messages that I'm getting about how you are celebrating the moon. There's a lot of full moon talk out there, and I know that the full moon sometimes gets a little bit of the lunar thunder, but these lunar steps or lunar phases throughout the lunar cycle are also just as important in order to get us to that full moon energy that we all know so much about. So enjoy your waxing moon flow, enjoy your 108 breath meditation that I hope that you're still doing. And also, I will see you here next week for a full moon chat where we'll talk everything full moon.